Things okay? Is the weekend is wrapping up. We're wrapping up. I don't want it to end. I don't want this weekend to end. Unfortunately, it will. But good news is next weekend is July 4th. So I'm not sure what day is the holiday because July 4th is on a Saturday. So is the holiday on the 3rd or the 6th? Is it before or after? Because I don't know. What is going on, Crystal? How are you doing? Let me turn off this additional light over here so that we aren't flooded with illumination. We have a little less illumination. There we go. What is going on? Jinduki and Barbita, hello. How are you doing? How's it going today? Are you doing all right? Trying to figure out what is the holiday for July 4th. Is that the Monday or is that Friday? I'm not sure how they're going to work it. What day is the post office closed? Jen Knoll, what is going on? Good to see you. Normally Kim, good to see you. It's been a while. Normally Kim, how have you been doing? How has it been over there? Sanjita, hello. Robin and Wolf, hello. What is going on? 5 Points Star has joined us as well. It's looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool. They canceled the fireworks around here. It doesn't make much difference. I guess so. I mean, it's pretty easy to stay 6 feet apart in a big space, right? Pretty easy to get apart and to get separated when you have a large outdoor area. Anyway, so I don't know. Advice for summer school. I start tomorrow. There you go. Raina, good morning. What is going on? And Melanie, first time here. Welcome, Melanie. What is happening? Is Kay calling me soon? Advice for summer school. Will I be an ideal lover to my boyfriend? Well, luckily, men are pretty easy to figure out. So, you know, I assume so. I assume so. Robin, hello, what is up? Who will I marry? I meant it doesn't matter what day, the 4th of July. Well, okay. All right. I guess that is, you know, true. I don't know. Everything is canceled. Life is canceled. You know, life seems to be just postponed until 2 years from now when this whole thing ends. Let's see. Great looking deck you got there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will it be an ideal lover? Let's see. Future spouse. Advice for summer school. Let's do that. Let's do that. Advice for summer school for Jinduki and figure out how that is going to go. Okay. The good old summer school. The reason people shoot off fireworks a week or so, something neighbors. Okay. All right. So let's go with advice for summer school. I start tomorrow. Let's check that out and see how that's going to go with the, I don't know, what's a good summer school deck? I mean, I guess we can use, we haven't used this one in a while. We have not used this one in a while. I used to just use this one all the time. That is the Universal Celtic or Celtic Tarot. There you go. Stop the earth. I want to get off. Indeed. I mean, you know, it may not be, you may have limited stops on this thing. You may have limited stops to where you can't just get the stops that you need. You have to wait that long time to get the stop that's approved. The approved stop may be on the way. I don't know. All right, let's fiddle with this until it works. That's what we do here. We fiddle around until it works. Okay. Manisha's current intentions for me. Pragya. Did I already do that one? Did I do that one already? I'm not sure. I don't know. It has been a while. It has been a while. Who will I marry? Looks, nature. Hope today I will get a reading. Good morning, Sally. How are you doing? Okay. Yeah, we got the bonus stream this morning. We're throwing down the bonuses. It's all about the bonus stream this morning. Checking it out. We got another stream tonight. If you don't get your question today. Okay, the moon. Pretty good for summer school. The King of Cups, a 10 of Wands, and a 4 of Pentacles. I mean, it does look like that it's going to go well. So we sort of have that established feel here where it's going to go okay. It's not like you're going to be rolling in and everything is going to be terrible, and things just aren't going to look good or something like that. I think you actually do have some positive outlooks coming for that. I think that's going to be pretty good. Let's see, let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. So, I mean, yeah, we do have some positive outlooks for that. The moon says that you're going to get that feel, you're going to get that intuitive thing we're going, where it's going to be just a regular schedule. It's going to be something you can look forward to. It's going to be something unusual, and it's going to be fairly short, right? The moon has a fairly short cycle, and the moon is all about cycles, going from A to B to C, and then going back to A, B, and C. In my book, I talk about what's the difference between the moon and the Wheel of Fortune, because that's a difficult thing to sort of figure out. They're both cycles, but sort of how do they work? So I think you're going to get in that regular cycle, that regular feel, and I think that's going to be where you're at. Now, the Ten of Wands says, because we're in a big hurry, because it's a short semester, we're going to be loaded up with action-packed work, which is okay, maybe. That's good, okay, right? Maybe? That's good. Action-packed. It's going to be a lot of stuff. The Ten of Wands is about encumbrance. Liz, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. The Ten of Wands is all about encumbrance, getting heavy, getting loaded up with those books, assignments, and things like that. That's going to be one of the factors that sort of hit you. The King of Cups says it's going to be easy after you get into it. Obviously, if I load you up with 1,000 assignments, that's not going to be easy. But if I do it on a regular basis, within a couple of weeks, you're used to it. You've ramped up the work. You've ramped up your schedule, and things are going well for that. Now, the Four of Pentacles, in the end, it's all about getting what you need as fast as you can get it. So if you need extra information, if you're going to need a study buddy, you need to figure that out very quickly, because this is a short semester. We need to get our feet moving. We need to get running full speed very quickly, or you're going to get overwhelmed. And let's not get overwhelmed. Let's get what we need. And I think you're going to be able to do that. I think summer school is going to work out for you. Liz, romance soon. Let's check that out. And we can use another one of these skinny tarot decks with a pre-Raphaelite tarot. I mean, I have been reading and watching videos on some of the older styles of art, and pre-Raphaelite is pretty interesting. They did a lot of different things than you would normally do. They did a lot of things. They were just rebels. So they did all sorts of weird things. Like, they didn't even tone the canvases. They just sort of just threw it down onto the canvas and hope for the best. It's kind of interesting. I mean, not toning the canvas, that makes it kind of hard. Square payment from Lavender. Thank you, Lavender. I appreciate it. I got your donation. Thank you so much. Lavender, let me know what your question is. We will throw down some tarot. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen and get into the adventure this morning. Go full steam into that adventure, because that's how we roll. That's how we roll. With the romance. Oh my, you got something. Yeah, you got a romance coming. We got that Ten of Cups action. We got the Ten of Cups action. That is looking good. That is looking very good. So we're looking for a romance. We're sort of digging around for a romance. The Ten of Cups says that we do have something coming. And I think it's going to be something interesting indeed. Now, is the stability there? Clementine, hello. What's going on? Cezia, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, welcome. How are you doing? So is this going to be something that has just a ton of stability to it? I mean, that's going to be sort of working towards that, right? But just that natural free stability that we have in there, maybe not going to be stable, not a good rock solid foundation, not something that We want to, dive full speed into some more of, let's dip our toe into the water and see how this is going to go type thing. Once we have that pentacle reversed, we just don't have that initial stability. That initial good news could be a bit flaky at first. Now, the 7 says that I think we sort of get over that. We get over this. We have these unusual feelings once we're getting into here. And in order to sort of shake that off, we need a bit of time. And I think that over time, I think we sort of get that into a better state. We get that into a better mood. And I think the defensiveness from the 7 of Wands sort of relaxes a bit and, takes it a little bit easy. And there you go. I think that's going to work out well. Now, the 3 says that after a while, it becomes more natural. But again, we don't really have that rock solid foundation. So, over the long run, maybe not so stable, but there is that, sort of a fun thing that we go there, So, just dive into it, hope for the best, try it out and see how that goes. Everybody is asking about the list. What are the rules here? There is no list. I pick at random after donations are done. So once the donations are knocked out, it's all random all day. And we're literally here all day. I'm here in the morning. I'm here at night. So we are here a lot. This is just going on 11 years. 11 years. That's a long time. So I think I'm one of the few, one of the few people that have been around this long, I think. I don't know. All right. I know people that have been around this long. I don't know people that have been around and active this long. Most people will make a video like once a month or once every few weeks, and it'll be a 3-minute video. As far as just cranking out content, I think I'm the only one. I think so. That's been around 11 years. All right. Melody, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Want to know about the twin flame. We got a lot of future spouse, future twin flames. We got a lot of good stuff going on. Pull out some personality cards. And find out how all that's going to go. All of that is going to go. What does the future spouse look like? Lavender season. Let's check that out. Thank you, Melody. Appreciate that. We'll check out your twin flame in a minute. Right now, we're going to check out the future spouse of Lavender Seas. Lavender Seas. I thought I was your future spouse, Lavender Seas. Oh my God. I thought it was me. Okay, let's see how it's going to go. 3 of Pentacles reverse seems to be the hot card for today. The 3 of Pentacles does not waste time. It sneaks in here, and it makes a point of getting seen. It does. Today is a 3 of Pentacles thing. The future spouse. What is that going to look like? Well, first of all, they're a good communicator, an air sign, a good communicator. I think you're stuck with a Gemini. Lavender Seas with a Gemini. The Gemini has a bunch of interesting things going on with them. One is they are a very good communicator, but they like it on their terms. They like to communicate on their terms. In other words, if it's going to be an argument, they want it on their terms. They want it, and when they're ready to argue, they want all sorts of different things with that. When they're going to communicate with you about certain things, they want it on their time. So they're pretty picky about how to communicate as well. And they sort of have that duality about them where sometimes they are different with the friends versus with you. So, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes they'll communicate differently with you than with friends, which normally is okay. But sometimes they're better communicating with their friends than you. So that kind of sort of works your nerves sometimes. The 3 of Pentacles, a lot of stuff comes naturally. You don't have to work at it very much. The 3 of Pentacles, the work card being reversed, says that, Kristen, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it, Kristen. Let me know your question as well. So 3 of Pentacles says things come naturally. You don't really have to work a lot for it. You don't have to just sit there and just bang at it all day trying to get something out of them. So the Three of Pentacles, there's not much work involved. It flows pretty easily. That's not to say we don't have the knockdown, drag out fights with the Five of Wands. We do, but they're short-lived. They resolve, but they're very communicative, so they really like to just lay it on the line, which is a good feature. You don't want somebody who's going to be passive aggressive for the next 6 months for some problem that you could have resolved in 5 minutes. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good for you there. So overall, I think that looks pretty good. Seven of Pentacles again points to that easiness, that flow that gets going. Gemini handles a lot of situations pretty easily, and the flow goes well. Don't have to just sit there and hope for the best. You sort of get that. Okay, please know about my twin flame. Let's see that Melody. What's going on? My twin flame. Is that going to be good, or what is going on? How was everyone's sleep, by the way? I know it's just starting up some places, but how was everyone's sleep? Everyone get a good night's sleep. Hope today you will catch your reading. I want to know about my future husband. It's nonstop future husband. Sazia, future husband. Tara, future husband. Melody, future husband. It's nothing. Today is future husband day. Future husband day. Except for Kristen, who already has a husband. My husband and I just celebrated our anniversary. What can you tell me about our next year in marriage? There you go. Babita, future husband. The whole stream is future husband. It is just future husband. When will Jijit unblock me on WhatsApp? Okay. Well, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Just find them on some other platform and just ask them there. They didn't block you everywhere. I'm sure they missed a social media platform. I say you find that one. All right, let's see. Melody, my twin flame. The Fool. They do a 5-point star. My future. It's future husband day. The Fool says that the twin flame is looking like someone that likes adventure, someone that likes going on an adventure. The Fool is an adventure card, also a movement card, also a beginning card. The Fool is everything. The Fool covers everything, doesn't it, right? But in my book, I talk about the Fool as an adventure card. So what does that mean? It means we're not just moving, we're moving into something a bit unknown, and we're happy about it. We don't mind getting into the fun stuff. Poppy, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is, Poppy. We don't mind getting into the fun stuff, right? We don't mind getting into an adventure. And that's sort of one of the big things here that we need to get going, because a lot of people are kind of dull. A lot of people like to sit around, like to watch TV for the entire day and night. And, and when you mix one of those with a very excitable person that likes to get out, likes to go on the adventure, sometimes, the introvert versus the extrovert. But I think this is a good match for you. I think that is something that you will enjoy. The Knight of Coins, though, with that adventure comes a bit of a downside. They don't really have a lot of planning that they do. A lot of stuff is dynamic. A lot of stuff is on is it on the cuff or is it off the cuff? I don't know. One of those sayings where you just sort of launch into it and hope for the best. And if you would have planned it, it would have went better. But you didn't plan it. They didn't plan it. They wanted to see what happens and that's part of the adventurous spirit, right? Let's find a new way to go here, and let's just get lost and figure it out. Let's just get lost and figure out the way back. Temperance says that you sort of get an even balance with this person, where you're able to put up with some aspects of their behavior. You're able to accommodate some of those, but others you tell them you need to chill out. Like, I don't want to go to a random restaurant again. Wolfie, what's going on? How are you doing? because the last time you said go to a random restaurant, we went to some, hole in the wall and it was grotesque. Let me do the planning today. So you get that balance between, okay, you're adventurous, I get it, but we need to start planning some of this stuff because some of it is going downhill quickly. So I think you get into that. Temperance says we get into that as well. Emperor says you take charge of some of those things and you get into a situation where, you mediate. You're a mediator of some of that, and you have to quell some of the dynamicism. Is that a word? Dynamicism? You quell some of that. You're like, I don't want to go to a random restaurant. It's gross. You picked a bad one. Let me figure this out. I'll take care of that for here, So you just chill on that. So celebrate our anniversary. Kristen Davidson, next year in love. There we go. Kristen, KD. Next year in love, how is it going with all of that? Speaking of how's it going, Wolfie, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Let's find out the next year in love by using the Thoth, because everybody loves the Thoth. Well, maybe not Crystal. Crystal doesn't like the Thoth, but that's okay. That's okay. The Thoth forgives you, Crystal. Future husband, and future husband. There we go. More future husband. Well, except for Kristen. Kristen has a husband. So there you go. And Pragya wants to know about a future husband. Okay. There we go. This is action-packed today. All right. Does anybody have a question that's not future husband? If it's not future husband, there's a good chance I'm going to pick it for the free section. Free section starts after 2 readings. There we go. We got Kristen, then we got Poppy, and then we're going to choose randomly from chat. So future husband is pretty established in chat so far. If you have something that's not future husband, there's a good chance of me choosing that one. Okay. Kristen, I think that we have some difficulties we're going to able to move through. Ruin says we have some difficulty sort of heading that way, right? And Tara. Okay, Ruin says we have some difficulty sort of on the Poppy. Yes, you're on the list. Poppy, I got you on the list. Ruin says we have some difficulties along the way. Not going to be the best year, not going to be the greatest year, and all of that stuff coming up. It is something that we can work through, though. I think part of what happens. Jen, what's going on? How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Part of what happens here is it was a dynamic, spontaneous thing that happened. We have a dynamic, spontaneous activity. We didn't think it over very well. We leaped into something that is not quite prepared for, and in turn, it turned out to be a bit of a speed bump on the way to a happy year. So I think that there's some challenges ahead as far as that's concerned. So watch for any big decisions. Figure out, is that going to be beneficial to us? How can we plan this better? How can we address this in a more logical way? And don't rush into anything, right? The Knight of Swords, all about rushing into it, hoping for the best, trying to figure out on the way. And a lot of that is just going to be poor planning overall. Now, as well as the Hanged Man says that within the next year, some of the advice is to get out of the traditional stuff that we do day to day and get some moving type things going on, or get some things going on. All right. Speaking of moving, I just read your thing. Okay. Quit his job and have us move. He's ready to quit his job and have us move. Yeah. Yeah. So, obviously if you research it, if you do that, then that's going to be something that needs to be planned, not something spontaneous. It's a big decision as well. So, if we're going to move, if we're going to do something big, dynamic, major changes, that could be what Ruin is talking about, I guess. Could be what Ruin is talking about, because we are sort of ruining an establishment, or something that was established, something that is sort of looked upon as stable, because we have the Knight is all about looking amongst the wheat field and seeing what's there and being proud, indeed proud of what is there as well. And part of that feel is that we've established a stability and we've made it go well. And at this point, we hit ruin. So it could be related to that. That could be related to that indeed. By the way, entertainment purposes only. So, I mean, yeah, it could be related to that. Rushed in, ruin. We rushed in and ruined an established thing. And then we end up moving, or we have a quick activity. So it may be related to that. It may be related to that. But we do have a couple of speed bumps on the way to a happy year. As always, plan everything out and look for the best. Okay, future husband. There we go. Wolf, Wolf, I think your future husband's going to be a cutie. I'm telling you now. Poppy, future husband. All right. Future husband. There you go. There we go. Tara, future husband. All right. Everybody, the whole chat is future. If anyone has a question that's not future husband, let me know. I'd love to answer all your questions that are not future husband. I appreciate, all that. Anyway, Kristen, good luck with all of that. When will they unblock me on WhatsApp? I mean, I may actually answer this. Let me know if you have a question that's not future husband. All right, let's see. General for marriage. There we go. Future husband be like. General for marriage. Ashley donated. Ashley, what is your question? I'm assuming future husband? Let me know. Ashley, let me know. Let me know, Ashley. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that, Ashley. Let's see. What is the future husband going to be like? All right. And we got, let's see. So we got Poppy covered. We got Ashley to go. Okay. Let's see about future husband. That doesn't look good for future. So let's sort of look at the qualities about that. How's Pisces feeling about me? Do you see a reconciliation? There we go. Ashley, thank you for your question and your donation. I appreciate you. All right, let's copy that to clipboard. So we'll have that in there. There we go. All right. No, Poppy, it's all right. I'm just joking. But yeah, the Eight of Cups says that this particular person just came out of a bad relationship. The relationship didn't go well. Oh yeah, thank you for joining the family and your subscription. I appreciate that. So the last relationship didn't go well. And part of this is coming out of this field. Part of this is when we're coming out of this is that we're sort of hesitant to get into something. Immediate. So you're going to have difficulty sort of getting them into a big relationship, a serious relationship. They're going to want something more casual, more friendly, more, let's take it slow type of thing. And the Eight of Cups sort of points to that, right? The Ace of Cups as well says it's sort of difficult to get that running full speed. And they do have hesitancy when it comes to making a commitment, opening their heart, and all of that good stuff. So we do have a bit of difficulty getting full speed into this. And that's going to sort of be a quality of the Emperor as well. Now, one of the big factors here is that you're very sort of hesitant to get into the relationship to begin with. I mean, you see some red flags. We're trying to figure out how the red flags are going to go. And the difficulty is going to be getting past that and moving past that. And again, it takes a while. Emotionally to get into something stable and to figure out, how all of that is going to go. But the Four of Swords reverse says we do get out of that. It's not good. Five of Swords. We do get out of that. It's not going to be something permanent. It is a factor of finding love, finding passion, finding where we want to be in that instance. And I think that's going to be one of the factors. There you go. There we go. All right, Saba, thank you for your donation. How's my next romantic relationship going to be like? Future husband. All right, let's see. All right, so let's check out the next one. The next one here. Saba, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, so here we go. Patterson. Let's just do Ashley. Ashley, how's Pisces feeling about me? So we got the X. We got the X. There you go. I mean, I guess so, you know? I'm just saying, I guess so. What do I want to do for this? I have not done, it has been a minute. It has been a minute since we have leaped full speed into the gorgeous Wildwood Tarot. Hopefully this is going to be nice to me today. It's going to be nice to me today because I have to say the Druid craft is outright cruel to me. The Druid craft is like the same 7 or 8 cards over and over and over. And I'm not sure what's going on with all of that. I'm not sure what's going on with all of that. But today I'm going to make an intro for the stream. So the first 2 minutes is going to be a countdown. We're going to have a countdown stream starting soon. We're going to have music. We're going to have music. It's going to be wonderful. It is going to be wonderful. All right. Got some reversals. Got some, you know, I'm tempted just to never do reversals again. I'm tempted to never do reversals again because sometimes I get all reversals. All right. Babita, I joined here earlier, but I don't know if I can get a reading today. Maybe. You don't know. Okay. So let's see about the reconciliation feeling towards me. The blasted oak. I mean, the damage has been done. We sort of figured that out, right? The damage has been done. The damage has been done. And it's sort of at a point where getting back into this particular relationship as is. So what do we mean by as is? We need to change some things about the relationship in order to restart it, right? We can't just get the video game save and restore the video game save from a year ago or whatever. So part of that is going to be, we need to fix a lot of things. We need to repair some things before this is going to be successful. And that's what you sort of see with the Four of Vessels. The tower has hit. Everything has crumbled straight to the ground. And we sort of need to rebuild that brick by brick in order to get this to work. And part of the rebuilding process is to fix whatever was wrong. If you watch the Egyptian pyramids, for example, and the first pyramids that they made when they didn't know what they were doing, you know what I'm saying? You'll find out that they built it not on sand rock or not on bedrock or whatever. They built it on sand, and it shifted, and the pyramid fell. You know, if pyramid sort of collapsed. And that's sort of what we have here. We need to build a better foundation for this in order to make it work. And we see that with the Two of Stones. The choices that we made were poor. We need to get that back if we're going to do that. And I think that's part of some of the red flags, that are hitting here as far as the Pisces coming back. Needs to be some changes in the relationship to get this going. The Four of Arrows says that once we start the rebuilding process, once we start that, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be, we rebuilt it in a day. It's going to be some time. Some bricks get put in here, some bricks that get put in there, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you've already started. We were rebuilding. We had another issue last month. Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of fixing everything brick by brick. If the relationship is that important to you, which I assume it is because you're asking me about it, then we have to rebuild it brick by brick. And if some of those bricks aren't stable, we need to replace them with different bricks. And I think over time, you're going to be able to create a new relationship that's going to be more stable. Again, we can't do a video game save restore from a few years ago. We have to rebuild it. We have to replay the game, but in a better way. There you go. All right, Saba wants to know, future husband. Next romantic relationship. There we go. Future husband. And we just had one that was not future husband. I mean, I'm just saying. We just had a great one there. All right. If I'm gonna have a future husband, if I want to know about my future husband, I mean, I would use the Encore Tarot. I think the Encore Tarot will tell you everything you need to know about every future husband in chat. And we will do a general future husband read. A general future husband read for all of chat. After this. A general read if we have time. I think we should have time. A general read for everybody. There you go. Everybody. But for now, let's get Saba's next relationship hammered out with the best tarot deck possibly available. The beautiful, the very samey, every card looks the same. Encore Tarot. Every card looks the same. Encore Tarot. The Hierophant says the next relationship is nothing but stable. It's almost too stable. I mean, the Hierophant is pretty serious about that. Pretty serious about the stability. And part of that is going to be that the Hierophant is a very knowledgeable and hardworking person indeed. And they address things in a very logical, planning manner. They don't really pick that up full steam as far as the next relationship goes. Not future husband, next relationship. Now, the Lovers reversed says it's sort of hard to... Poppy, thank you for your donation. It's sort of hard to get into this. It's very difficult to get into this, in fact, because it's just a matter of where's the spice? Where's the adventure? Where's something that I can come into and have a good time, a fun time with this? The Lovers reversed almost feels disconnected. Over time, it gets better, but it is a very sort of monotone, one-dimensional relationship as we approach it. Is that going to be good? Probably not, but you sort of get used to it, right? The Six of Cups as well. It's sort of difficult to get into it. It's difficult to get into a full, sort of a full relationship with this person, but I think it's going to be a decent relationship, just not long-lasting. But we have a lot of notes of a very monotone, one-note relationship that looked promising. It looked stable. It looked steady, and stable it is, but too much so, where we just want to get something exciting. We just want to shake this person and shake them and say, wake up, all that stuff. So, I mean, again, a bit of a one-note relationship, but it is a relationship. It is a romantic relationship. They all can't be a future husband. They all can't be the soulmate. So you're going to have some things to work through from this, and it is not a perfect relationship by far. We have a lot of sort of negative notes, negative cards within here, but there you go. There's a future relationship. Not a future husband, a future relationship. Poppy donated. Thank you for the $1. Poppy, out the rest of the year. Wow, let's see the rest of the year. Poppy, the rest of the year. There we go. It's not a future husband the rest of the year. Poppy, if you meet your future husband in the rest of the year, I'm saying that's going to be pretty fun. Darcy, my question is weird. Darcy, you have my attention. My question is weird. I'm having what feels like anxiety attacks. I'm wondering if there's any insight. Darcy, let me know, Darcy, more details. How is your blood pressure? I'm not a doctor, but I'm asking this because I had the same thing. So I need details. Darcy, what does your blood pressure look like? How long after eating did these occur? Darcy, 2 questions. What does your blood pressure look like during the anxiety attack? Number 2, how long after eating does this occur? Let me know, Darcy. This is important to me. This is important to me because I had the exact same thing and I fixed mine. So I'm not saying I can fix yours, but I am saying that if I hear the same symptoms as me, I can tell you what to ask your doctor, because you should always see a doctor about any medical things. But if it sounds similar to mine, I can tell you what to ask your doctor about. Anyway, whatever the universe gives me the next year. Manishka wants to know about the future. I like that. Darcy, I like your question. You have my attention. You have my attention. All right. When will I meet my future husband? Definitely anxiety. Blood pressure, I'm not sure. Food is not part of it that I can see. I just get a sense of panic, like dread. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, if it's not like, instead of just writing off food, let me know. How long after a meal does this occur? Is this like far, far away from a meal? Or is this like within an hour, hour and a half after a meal? Let me know. Let me know. Obviously, see a doctor. Yeah, see a doctor. That's my default thing. Always see a doctor if you have an anxiety attack. That's nothing that you want to live with. Nothing that you want to live with. Okay, rest of the year for Poppy the Fool says it's going to be an interesting one. You have 3 majors. I think it's going to be a big year for you, Poppy. It's going to be a big year for you. Queen Bee, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. The Emperor and the Temperance says you're going to be in charge of it. You're going to be in charge of it. Some of it will feel like you don't have control. But at the end of the day, you do. I think you do have control. And you need to take that control and, sort of take that control for it. And Temperance says that you can do that. We can get command of that situation. Now, the 5 of Swords says we're running into some problems, I think, in November timeframe. Poppy, November timeframe is going to be rough. You're going to have a couple of speed bumps that hit, and you're going to have to deal with those in November. Late November, early November-ish, sometime in November. 5 of Swords says we get a little speed bump. So sort of be prepared for some of that. It's not going to be permanent. It's not going to be terrible. It's just going to be something you have to work through. Something that you have to work through for that period. Queen Bee, am I going to get the approval that I seek tomorrow? All right. Let's see. Approval that I seek. Yay. It's not a future husband question. How fantastic. Okay, approval tomorrow. I hope so. Queen Bee, I hope you get that. I hope you get that. A practicum. Okay, well, maybe going to have a bit of a speed bump with that because the 5 of Swords is the Lord of Defeat. It is the Lord of Defeat, and I don't mean the foot kind of feet. It's about my work. There you go. I hope so. Queen Bee, I hope you get all that approval. Drive me crazy, such a quiet person, a pretty sheltered lifestyle. Yeah, ask your doctor about it, I guess. Mine was caused by a high amount of carbohydrates. And it just jacked my blood pressure onto the moon. And I thought I was dying. So I went on a ketogenic plan, and it literally cured itself. But that sounds different than yours. So I would definitely see a doctor. Always see a doctor for medical issues. Okay. Oh, what do we got? The approval, the 2 of Wands, Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. I don't see anything that says yes or no. I don't see anything that says yes or no. I think that it's almost like either they're still deciding it or they end up coming back. And asking you more about it. The 2 of Wands domain says that you have power over your area. I'm doing this card today, by the way. You have power over your area of expertise. You have the ability to get things done over your area of expertise. The Lover says you may not have some support from other people. You may not have the support that you need. It may be one of the factors where you don't have the support that you need. DYB, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. So the Nine of Pentacles as well says that it's almost like the money is not there. The finances are not there. A lot of things are being shuffled around and they're not available to you for use. So we have a lot of shuffling around of that. The Five of Wands says there was also some competition or some other people trying to get at maybe the same resources, or there's some competition involved. The Five of Wands. I'm going to say yes. That you do get the approval. So why do I say that based upon not a lot of cards that point to that? The Two of Wands being domain points me to a positive outlook or positive outcome for this. In other words, the things that you have done to prepare for this made it work. So what you did made it work. And that's all about the Two of Wands. That's all about that domain feel, the crossing of the two fire rods, the two fire wands, where we have done what we need and now we're looking out amongst the crowd. We're looking out amongst the sea of waves and we're proud. We have pride in that and we're looking at what's next because we have conquered all of this area. And that's what's really leaning me towards the yes. Which really meaning me towards yes, you do get the approval. Other factors aside, the lack of assistance, the competition for that particular thing, all of which point to, that the tarot recognizes you've done the work. You've gone through the process. And I think that that you made it successful. I think that ultimately it works out. All right, DYB, what month will I close on the brand new house? Let's check that out. DYB, house closing month. Where are we on the queue right now? This is the last of the queue. We are on the last part of the queue. We're down here. We're done with the queue. What happens next? I don't know. If there's another donation, we do that. But if there's not a donation, then I may do a future husband global read. I may do it. In the meantime, I think we'll do the Hobbit. Tarot and see what that says. About house closing month. I've talked to my doctor already. This is a spiritual upset. Okay. Well, we got to make sure, Darcy, I'm going to get sued if I don't tell you to talk to your doctor. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get sued. So I don't like being sued. So I would prefer just to tell you to talk to your doctor. And if you've talked to your doctor already, I'm sorry. I got to say it. We got to say it. Because sometimes people just lean on tarot without talking to the doctor, and that's no good at all. You gotta get that medical professional involved there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that medical professional involved, and they'll be able to do all of that stuff for you and help you out. But if you've already seen them and you're down to the spiritual side, then maybe I can help you if we got time. We'll see. We still need to do a future husband global read. Okay, the Magician says that house closing month. Magician says that you have the power over this. Knight of Swords says that it's going to be, October. It's almost like it's going to be October. So October seems to be the closing thing here. The Knight of Swords and Magician. But overall, you have power over this. A Magician says that you have the ability to change this whenever you want. So, and part of this, Raina is my world is super cool. Okay. Part of this is strength reversed says that it's unexpected or it's almost inconvenient in a way. The Two of Swords, reversed, says that the choices may not be yours. In other words, the choices, you have control over the process, but when they want to close, they want to do it as fast as possible. They want to get this house sold. They want to get this house moved. So they're going to pressure you into closing as fast as humanly possible. The Knight of Swords, as fast as humanly possible. The Two of Swords, at some point, you lose control over the process. You have a lot of control, the Magician says. At some point, you lose control and they take over. And they want to do it the next day if possible. They don't care what holiday is coming up. They don't care what you're doing. They don't care where you're at. They want to do it as soon as humanly possible. Once you go off that cliff, or once you reach that point, they want to get it done. And they don't care about your opinion anymore. So there you go. All right. Global future. We're doing it. We're doing it. Global future husband. For chat. For what? For chat. For chat. For what? Come on. Put the right character in there. There we go. Global future husband. For chat. We're going to use the Celtic or Celtic dragon. This should cover 90% of all the questions in chat. 90% of all the questions in chat. Preeti, you gotta relax on that spam. Preeti, you gotta relax. I'm timing you out. I'm sorry. You gotta relax. You gotta relax about chat. Preeti, I literally stare at chat. Preeti, I stare at chat. Like my eyes are on chat every, I would say, 10 seconds. So if you've done it and it's been probably about 5 minutes, I would say post it again. But after 30 seconds is a bit much. It's a bit much. I'm sorry. I got to time you out. I would say wait about 5 minutes between there. All right. Future husband. The Seven of Wands. Even though she's holding a sword. Sure, why not? It's difficult to get through the minutia of the future husband. It's difficult to get into that because they have some baggage they're bringing in. We have some things that are going on with the corona. We've got worries and concerns about jobs. We have all sorts of things that we're dealing with and things that we're juggling right now. And marriage is sometimes low on the list. It's low on the list. So, we have to sort of factor that in. Maybe we have to wait until COVID is calmed down. Maybe we have to wait until marriage becomes more of a priority as far as it's concerned as well. Now, the restrictions of the marriage, the restrictions of the love, the restrictions of the connections are lifted. So that does mean that things can proceed on, but it's not going to be immediate. And it's not going to be something where it's a freebie. It's a matter of we're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to let things build up in the way that they normally build up. That's not going to be a problem. The King of Pentacles, there is some issues with reliability because that. So if we have a reliability issue, that's going to sort of come up early. Reliability, in other words, they didn't text back quick enough. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. So we're going to have a bit of disappointment with that as well. The Knight of Cups says, overall, the future husband is going to work out okay. Glenn, what is going on? How are you doing? All right. So, yeah, the Knight of Cups says it's going to work out. Because that is Mr. Romance. That is the romance that we have that's going to be good. That is a romance that we have that's going to be special to us. And overall, think it will work out. Overall, think it will be a factor of that we get through COVID. We get through the reliability issues. We get through the hesitation. We get through all of the juggling that we need to do. And we get into a relationship that we can enjoy and be happy with. Because obviously, we wouldn't get married to him anyway we wouldn't get married to them anyway if we didn't have those things going on. All right. By the way, there is no list. There is no list. Kit, what is going on? I pick at random. I choose randomly. I go through the sea. I go through the sea of questions. And I figure out what I want to do, because this is literally the last one. Well, I'm not getting married. See, there you go. I don't like reversals. Okay. Wolf wants to know about future husband. Okay, let's see. Hello, Tara. I just did future husband. A lot of people are really down on marriage. I mean, I see that. That's pretty substantial there. That's pretty substantial there. Marrying the same guy. You may be. You may be. Never know. What if I don't want a future husband? Well, then don't pick one up. You know, just don't go pick one up. Don't go fishing for that. First time in a morning stream, tee-hee girly, what is going on? A lot of deleted messages. A lot of deleted messages. You have the nicest hands. Well, thank you. You know, my hands hurt from doing software development for 30 years. That makes some sore hands. I'm telling you now. When will I get a job? Sylvia, let's check that. That'll be the last question. That'll be the last question. Then we're going to get out of here. And we're going to go find us a future husband. When will I get a job? Let's find out. Let's find out about getting a job. We're going to go with the thought. We have not used it today. Have not used it today. I mean, I'm just saying. Am I dealing with a soulmate? Will Manish commit to me for marriage? When will my money get better? And when will I get a job? Okay, we're doing a job. How will be my improvement in self-development? Sonal, there you go. All right, last reading indeed. We'll be back in 11 hours. 11 hours from now, we're right here again. We're not going to do reversals on the thought, you know. We've changed our ways. We're being conformist today and making ourselves use the thought all non-reversed. When will you get a job? I think you have some opportunities coming up. One of the biggest things is job reliability. It's like we have a position open, we apply for it, and then they either close the position or something else happens. It's almost like that we're constantly running into roadblocks when actually getting into the job. The job is clearly there. We applied for it. Either they didn't get back to us or the job just went away. The other factor we're running into is a job that's always open and available. Even though we applied, we don't get a response. It's sort of weird. You're in a weird position where you're trying to get something that almost doesn't exist. It feels like that it doesn't exist sometimes, right? Emma, welcome. What is going on? Olga, welcome as well. How are you doing? Okay, so I do think that you end up getting something as far as a job. I think it's going to be a couple of months from now. One of the main factors of getting this and helping this is to go outside of your normal scope of what you're doing. In other words, try for some different jobs that are similar to what you're doing, but not exactly what you're doing. So try to get out of that and try to expand that. As far as area is concerned, expand your available area as well. It's COVID is a thing. People are cutting back because business is down. People are cutting back. And so they're getting a lot more applications than they usually get, right? Because this card points to just this overwhelming sadness, this overwhelming amount of stuff to do that we need to do that we're responsible for. And I think what's happening is that they're getting, 10 times more applications than they normally do. So when you're getting somebody who's grossly overqualified that are applying to this. So don't stay in the same little realm. Go outside of that realm too. So in other words, if you do an application development, instead of doing C#, .NET, apply for other stuff that is going to be there as well. So there you go. Expand your range. Be willing to drive 30 minutes if you need to get something. Be willing to expand the area, the radius that you're looking for a job. Expand that a little more and see about that. Also, do different types of applications for something similar but not exactly what you're looking for, and I think that's going to help out as far as getting that. But I mean, the tarot sort of does recognize that we're having problems getting that. We're having problems getting through into that area. But keep going, keep trying, and I think that it's going to work out. Just expand everything. Expand the area, the radius that you're looking for a job in, and also expand the expertise that you're looking for, because there's a lot of things that are similar to what you're doing that may have positions open that are not exactly the same as what you're applying for. Anyway, good luck at finding a job. I know it's rough right now because of COVID and all that stuff, so good luck. Anyway, speaking of luck, luckily I'm back in 11 hours. I'll see you then. Thank you for joining me today.